Today, on this fine Sunday morning, I am joined by the District Director of District 57, Bett Bollhoefer.
Hi, Steve.
Hi,
Good morning.
good morning. And I am her loving husband, Steve Bollhoefer. And I tracked her down from her busy schedule this morning to ask her a few questions about her past year as District Director.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To Toastmasters.
To Toastmasters. How are you this morning, Beth?
I'm having a really, really nice morning.
Oh yeah? What did you do?
I've done a lot of yoga this morning.
A lot of yoga.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the sun to rise because we're filming this on the 20th of June, which is the first day of summer. So I haven't seen the sun yet.
Well, I do appreciate having some cooler weather after the incredible heat wave we had this week. So I'm enjoying the cool weather for now.
Me too.
But anyway, I want to ask you some questions about Toastmasters
All right.
and what it's like being a district director.
I'm ready. Let's
Now,
go.
the first question I have is for the aspiring leaders in Toastmasters, maybe those who haven't gone for a district position yet. Why should a Toastmaster consider going for a leadership position in Toastmasters?
Okay. Wow. This is a really good question, Steve. Thank you for asking me this. I would say there's three reasons. The first one is the people. The people you meet in Toastmasters are so energetic. They're so go-get-em. They're type A people. And even there's introverts in there. And they're stepping out of their comfort zone, which is actually almost more inspiring than an extrovert like myself, just being extroverted. Watching someone really step up and try things out. And there's so many examples, and if I call out anyone's name, they'll probably be jealous of all the ones I didn't call out, but I saw very specific people step up and try things, and that is such inspiration. So the people are the number one reason. The second reason is it's an interesting challenge. Being a leader of a volunteer organization, no one's getting paid. You can't fire anybody.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you have to understand motivation. There's such a chance to practice leadership techniques.
I see.
And it's a challenge. It's a real challenge. And during a pandemic, there was even more challenges that we had to face. There's Zoom. There's Zoom bombers. Yeah, that was a real thing.
Well, let me pause you right there.
Sorry.
That you're getting into my next
Okay,
question.
but wait. I also learned so much. So there's three things: people, the interesting challenges, and I learned so much.
So you get to work. So the reason you would want to run for a district office is because you get to meet all these incredible people. Because incredible people join Toastmasters,
Yeah.
and the most incredible of those incredible people join the district leadership.
That's true. And I want to say one more thing of the people. Diane Poise, I met her in my first year when I was club growth director, and she and I are really, really good friends. And that is like long-lasting friendships are coming out of this because you have been in the foxhole and had to deal with all kinds of craziness, and that is what forges amazing friendships.
I think we've all made friends and networked a lot at our Toastmasters clubs, but when you're working for a year, or for in your case 3 years in the trio with the same people, you really forge lasting bonds and work with people.
It's really, really incredible, the friendships.
So my next question is about the unique year we've had for the last year. What are some of the challenges and difficulties you faced and things you had to overcome in the last year with clubs not being able to meet in person?
Yeah, the pandemic has been an extremely fascinating year, and I would say that the biggest challenge that we had was around finances. Now, most people hear finance and they just like zone out, they glaze over. But it's really, really important. I was like, how do we spend money? How do we approve money? How do we do it all above board and make sure everything is auditable, right? Because we are non-for-profit and we have to be really, really careful and pristine about the money. So we had a logistic issue with our finance manager being in Walnut Creek, George being in Fremont, I'm in Oakland, Julie Garrett, our club growth director, is in Napa. We're literally spread all over the map. And what happens when we write a check? We have to sign it. But Toastmasters actually has another solution called Concur. And figuring out how to transfer to using Concur, and also learning how to, basically, we used to have an open house and someone ordered pizza.
Yeah.
They ordered pizza.
Pizza parties are great.
Pizza parties are so great. Oh my gosh.
I love pizza.
I love my pizza
I had pizza
too.
this week.
Yeah, it was a cheat day for us. But anyways, so you order this pizza and you expense it with the $50 that you get for the open house incentive. Well, you know what? Once the pandemic hit, we couldn't have pizza parties anymore. So there was a challenge of like, how do we give incentives when we can't buy pizza? This is like such a funny, like, what do you do?
What incentives exist other than pizza?
I don't know.
For most people, pizza is the primary incentive.
Pizza is the most important thing.
I can't think of much more to motivate people.
Right.
Did you come up with something?
Yeah, so we came up with this thing called the District Bucks program, which allows clubs to earn incentives and then save them up over time so they can buy more bigger and important things.
More bigger.
Like more bigger, which is English. Maybe not. Grammarians will be angry at me right now. But basically, when you want to become a hybrid club after this pandemic ends, you want to have a projector, a microphone, a camera, a laptop. These are expensive things. We kind of added it up, and it's like $1,800 to get the whole setup. So we realized what we need is a bank account so that our clubs could earn money over time and then be able to buy a bigger thing using the Concur expense system.
That makes a lot of sense. And a lot of clubs had people join or move away who aren't local, and they don't want, those members are members of the clubs now. They don't want to have to leave and not be able to attend meetings again once people start meeting in person. So this is a great way to incorporate those people into the club afterwards and set up the infrastructure.
The hybrid meeting is going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing, and we need to be ready for that. So the District Bucks program was really an enabler, and launching that was a huge, like, larger than I had ever imagined, and communications and programs and processes and training, it was all there, and I'm very proud of Abe Mazio and Linda Patton, who really were the backbone of getting that thing up and running, and of course Ed is our PRM, who is never-endingly sending emails. So that was the biggest challenge of the year.
Wow, that's great. So thinking back on the last year, and this is your year as district director, what are some great memories? What is your favorite memory of being district director?
Yeah.
And you can name a couple if there's more than one.
Well, I would say there's 10 plus 2 more.
I don't know if we have time for 12.
There's 12 memories, and what they are is DEC, our district executive council meeting, and then our 2 business meetings.
Oh, wow.
So you may be wondering, like, how could my favorite memories be business meetings and district executive council meetings?
I am wondering that.
Yeah, you're wondering that. But it was such a joy to put the agendas together to make sure they're engaging, fun, high energy, jam-packed full of valuable knowledge that my team can use and inspire each other. Right? So I carefully crafted each of those 2-hour sessions. The business meetings were also around 2 hours. Did you hear a
You know, there's so many ums that come and go. Most of the time I think we ignore them unless we're the grammarian.
Oh boy, the ah counter
They
will
just
catch
fly
me on
past.
this
That's all right.
one. Okay,
You're
thank
just
you.
you're a leader, you're not
that's
running.
true.
You're in leadership, not trying to compete for world championship public speaking. So you can get away
That's
with a
true.
couple ums.
Maybe we'll see about
Very
that.
different, very different worlds there.
Yeah. So, anyways, running the deck and the business meeting, it's the ultimate Toastmaster experience. You have to design everything. You have to have all these roles, all these functionaries, and you have to do it in precision timing. Precision timing. And you're orchestrating, and there's impromptu parts. It very much stretched my Toastmaster abilities to the limit. And I believe that I created 12 incredible moments of getting things done with an incredible team. There's about 87 people on our district team, and they were all very engaged.
Does filling the role of Toastmaster in a regular club meeting, like I'm sure you've done that countless times,
Yeah.
did you use that
Yes.
in running these larger meetings? Is it directly
Oh,
transferable?
it's at 100%. In fact, being the Toastmaster for a meeting is the same as literally running any large event. You could run a workshop for your job. You could run a customer summit. I'm actually doing a lot of all hands at work right now, and I'm taking all of these things I'm learning from Toastmasters and applying them directly. Yeah, you can run any kind of thing outside of Toastmasters, it's directly applicable.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. Well, I have one final question
One
for you
final
on this
question?
lovely Sunday morning.
I thought you said there were 3 questions. Is this a bonus question?
This is a bonus question. There were 4 questions. I asked some other questions in between, but those don't
Oh.
count. So this is the final question.
Final question.
And it has to do with your motto for the year. And your motto, I believe, was to run gracefully.
Yeah.
And I want to know, do you think that you and your team succeeded in running the district and running each of the meetings and all the challenges with grace for the
Okay.
last year?
This is a really interesting, and this was my whole thing, because I think people can be presence distinguished, but everyone is burned out. Everyone has grayer hair, more wrinkles. People just don't want to lead again, right? And you can watch over the year if people drop out, people are getting sick. And I want to give you a stat that proves that we ran gracefully this year.
Okay.
Okay. On the first area club visit reports, we had 77% of people submit their area directors submit their reports. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just know this is a metric. On the second round, which happened just at the end of May, we had 97% of our area directors submit
So
their
you've
reports.
actually had, area directors have to submit 2 reports a year. So you actually, in the second part of the year, had more area directors submit than the first
Yeah.
part of the year.
Yeah.
So they actually built up excitement and motivation as the year went on
Right.
versus getting burned out, as
Right.
happens oftentimes.
Yeah, the first ones were due, I think, in November timeframe. So only 77 were really engaged at that moment. And over time, we actually built up more and more power and resilience as an organization. So I think going from 77 to 97,
77%.
from 77% to 97% is a measure of the grace with which we ran
I
this
think
year.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
I'm very proud of my team.
Yeah. Wow. Well, good job. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy yoga schedule this morning to do an interview about your last year as district director. And it was lovely having a chat with you today.
Thanks to you for interviewing me. It was really fun.
You're
Good
welcome.
job.
All right. Well, see you guys next time.
And this is Bett Bollhoefer signing off.